Hello there, it's James from 518 here. Today we're going to talk to you about how to set up cPanel email. What we'll cover during today's video is what is cPanel email, Webmail with Roundcube, and useful email features. So let's cover what is cPanel email. cPanel email is a feature within the cPanel hosting control panel that lets you create, manage, and maintain email accounts for your domain. It provides tools for configuring email settings, setting up webmail, forwarding, autoresponders, and spam filtering, all through an easy-to-use interface integrated with your web hosting account. Next, we're going to go ahead and create our email accounts. So we'll click the Create button. What you'll be presented here with is the domain that you want to create the email account for. So for here, for example, it's 5wire.info. The username, so you could create support@5wire.info, contact@5wire.info, james@5wire.info, whichever you prefer. And then we'll generate the password below. So in this example, we'll write test. We'll set the password, so we'll click the generate button, and then optionally we can configure the disk space for this account. So here we'll set it at 256 meg. You can set unlimited if you wish, and then you can go ahead and click create, and that will set up the account for us. Once the account's been created, you'll see the success message in the top right corner. Then you'll be presented with three options for the account in question. So we have check email, manage, and connect devices. Check email takes you through to the Webmail view where you can manage and access the account. Then manage is to update the password, maybe change the disk space that we just set, and connect devices is to get access to pre-configured files that can be set up automatically on a device such as your iPhone, Android phone, or web client. So now we've created that account, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and check email for the test@5wire.info account. What happens next is we're forwarded automatically to the Webmail view. This Webmail view is what each of your clients will have access to if they log in via the domain.com/webmail URL for your website. The Webmail view inside of cPanel is the online email client that lets you and your users access and manage your email accounts directly through the web browser, so there's no need for a separate email program. cPanel provide Roundcube. Roundcube is an email management tool that allows you to send and receive emails, compose, reply, and forward messages, to manage your inbox, so to create folders, mark messages as important, or delete unwanted mail. And you can even manage your calendar and contacts and connect this to other email clients that you might be using on your desktop or mobile phone. Before we go into Roundcube to show you how it works, let's have a look at what's below. So here you have the option to manage your inbox with autoresponders, email filters, forwarders, access calendars and contacts, edit your settings, so handle your password and security, contact information, two-factor authentication and account preferences, adjust your spam filters, and last of all, be able to configure your mail client for another application. So for example, a lot of clients that use our webmail services typically pair their email that they have with 5wire with another device, whether it be their mobile or desktop client. We'll head back up to the top and let's access Roundcube to show how that works. So once you click the open button, you'll be taken directly into the Roundcube client. What you'll see here as soon as the inbox is loaded is when we created the email account, there were client configuration settings sent automatically to the inbox. This will allow your user to be able to go and set up their own email client outside of the Webmail view. And now let's talk about what you're seeing here in terms of Roundcube and what it offers for users. So when the main interface loads, this showcases the inbox with a sidebar listing folders, inbox sent, drafts, etc. The email list updates dynamically, displaying messages, previews, and timestamps. A quick view shows messages threading for easy conversation tracking. On the left-hand side, you'll see the Compose button. If the user clicks Compose, they can open up a new email window. There's a rich text editor that appears with formatting options like bold, italic, and underline. An attachment icon allows users to drag and drop files directly into the email. And there is also the autosave functionality. So what happens is, let's say you step away from your email client, then that will be saved as a draft and you can come back and resume the email later on. Below that, we have managing emails and folders. So the user is able to drag an email from the inbox and drop it into a custom folder on the sidebar. The interface responds smoothly, updating the folder instantly. If you're using email with SMTP with another location, this will also be updated there as well. Next, we have utilizing the search functionality. The user clicks on the search bar at the top of the screen, you type in a keyword, and the email list will filter in real time. There is also the ability to search the different folders, highlighted terms, and make it easier to specify messages. What I would say is, just as a bit of a tip, it's always worth checking the filter settings, because by default, Roundcube will only search the inbox or the folder that you're currently looking in. Under the mail button on the left-hand side, we have contacts. Roundcube gives the ability to manage contacts easily inside of the web browser view. So if you click onto that, a list of contacts will appear with the options to add, edit, or remove. Underneath that, you have the calendar. The calendar shows a view of all events that have been logged to the email or have been saved or created. Here you can also create a calendar invite and send that to another person, and that will you'll also receive the send and receive, decline, etc. notifications. The last one below is settings. So the settings give you the option to customize all of the aspects that you see here. So you can change the themes, adjust the preferences, configure advanced features that are visible, customize options to allow users to tailor the interface to their exact needs. And the last button at the bottom is the return to Webmail view. So if you click this, you'll return back to the previous screen that we're on, which is the Webmail view for the user to be able to go and manage their email. Okay, next what we'll go and do is we'll go and show you how to configure a email client on either a Android, iOS, or desktop device. So the screen you're seeing here is the configure email client view. At the top of the page, what you'll see is different application files that are able to be downloaded. So what this means is you can say, for example, Windows Live Mail. You can download a file directly from the Webmail interface that if you click and run it on your local machine, which we won't do today to show you how that works, but that will automatically import the settings for the email to work correctly in your email client. Below this, you'll then have the mail client manual settings. What this allows you to do is to configure the mail client using the settings below. We usually recommend that you use IMAP and SMTP for your email account rather than ActiveSync unless you're on Android and need calendar and contact support or push updates. So let's just clarify what each of these mean. So IMAP stands for Internet Message Access Protocol. This is designed for accessing and managing emails directly on the mail server. It keeps emails on the server, allowing synchronization across multiple devices. So meaning that you can see the same view of inbox on your desktop and your mobile phone. It supports folder management and real-time updates. And as I just said, it's ideal for users who check email from various locations or devices. POP, which stands for Post Office Protocol, is primarily used for downloading emails from the mail server to a local device. This typically removes the email from the server once it's been downloaded, although some email clients can leave a copy on the server. This is really suitable for those who want to store emails locally and have a single device focus. It doesn't offer the same level of synchronization as features like IMAP that we just explained. The last one is SMTP, which stands for Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. This is responsible for sending and relaying outgoing emails between servers and clients. It works in conjunction with IMAP and POP, which handle email retrieval. This ensures proper routing and delivery of email messages, but it's not used for receiving emails. Its sole focus is on the sending process. We always recommend using SSL or TLS. This is to make sure that your email is transported securely over the internet. The table that's displayed within the Webmail view that you can see on screen right now, it gives you all of the information that you need in order to set up your email account on a PC, Mac, Android, iOS device, etc. Use the ports that are recommended here. Your provider may have a different port depending on how their email server is configured. The last part that we'll show on this page is the email instructions. Once you've created an account for a user, what you're able to then do is email the configuration information to them. So let's say, for example, one of your users you've created an email account for, and you'd like to send those instructions to how for them to get started. What you'd simply do in the email box is type in the email address, so not the email of the account that you've just created, but their own personal email or another work email that they may have. Type in the email address, click send, and they'll receive all of the information and details required to be able to set up their email account. Next up, let's talk about autoresponders in cPanel. What are they? How can you set them up, and how can you manage them? Right, let's get into it. Autoresponders are commonly used for holiday messages, out of office notifications, or to acknowledge receipt of emails. They allow you to have automatic replies, so send a predetermined response to every email received on a specific account. Customization allows you to create and schedule personalized messages, including subject lines and body content. Scheduling options, set the start and end date of when an autoresponder is active, and you can also handle it for multiple accounts. The objective being is to make this an efficient way to maintain communication and inform senders that you have received that email even when you're not immediately available. We'll go right ahead and set up an autoresponder. So to do so, click Add Autoresponder. You'll be taken to a view where you can configure the settings for the autoresponder. You can use dynamic messaging or tags, as you can see at the top, such as subject, from, and email. So we'll first start with the interval. You can define the number of hours between responses to the same email address in order to determine how frequently you would like to send the autoresponder message. If you set 0, it will always respond. So if somebody emails you 10 times within 1 hour, they will receive 10 automatic autoresponder replies. Below that, you then have the from field. So the from field could be the name of the person that's responding. So this could be your full name, or it could be the name of your company, particularly if you have this set up for an autoresponder to a contact form. Then the subject. So if this is a day-to-day inbox that you're using, you could use the percentage subject percentage symbol in the subject, maybe put auto response and then that tag. What that will mean is when the email goes back to the user that sent it to you, it will be titled autoresponder and then the subject of the email that they sent to you. Okay, so I'll start filling this in. So let's say for the interval, let's put 3 hours. From, why don't we put test email just as an example. Then what we'll show in the subject is I'm away from the office right now. And then in the body here, you can either do a HTML message or you can just write your message. So let's put this, thanks for your message. I'm away from the office right now. And then once we're done with the message, we can set the start and the end date. So we can set the exact date and time this will start and stop from. And once we're happy with that, easy enough, we click the create button and that's now active. The next part is to talk about email forwarders in cPanel. An email forwarder in cPanel is a tool that automatically redirects incoming emails from one email address to another. Here are the key points. Number 1, automatic redirection. Incoming emails to a specific address are automatically forwarded to another designated email address. Let's say, for example, you want a catch-all setup. Let's say somebody emails support@domain.com. You want to forward that email to 3 or 4 of your team just to make sure that everybody receives that. Number 2, convenience. It does eliminate the need for having to check multiple email accounts. So if you've got info, support, sales, affiliates, billing, invoices, it's a lot to manage. But it means you can hide your email address behind the forwarder. It's pretty simple to set up. So we'll show you now, but it's easily configured through the cPanel interface without needing any advanced technical skills to get it started. Next, customization. You can create multiple forwarders for different email addresses, ensuring each one sends messages to the appropriate recipient. And best of all, no storage duplication. The original email is simply forwarded and there's no extra copy stored unless set up otherwise. So let's go ahead and set up the forwarder. So let's click Add Forwarder. Let's decide the email that we'd like to forward to. So in this example, test@fivewire.info. We click the button and go back. And as easy as that, your forwarder is now live. And that wraps up everything for this email video tutorial on cPanel. Like, subscribe for more videos, and let us know if you have any questions in the comments, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Thanks very much.